What's going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. It's free. It helps get the video out there. Definitely watch this video to the end so you can hear the full story and all the details in the case. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. With that being said, let's get right into the story. When we first meet the person we are thinking about or interested in pursuing a relationship with, it's a great feeling. You get those little butterflies in your stomach, look at each other with love in your eyes all day, talk for hours, because in that stage, everything is so exciting and new. We are just living in a moment. With most people, unless you already know that person, you have to take things they say at face value. If they tell you they have been hurt or their ex was the problem, you have to believe what they are saying, because you are only hearing one side of the story. And a lot of people are convincing. They would never come out and say, nah, I was the crazy one. I was jealous. I like putting my hands on people, because they know you will be like, nah, I'm good on that. For most, not all, as we get older and have been playing the field for a minute, it comes to a point you want to find something serious and settle down. You might find you a partner, even move in fast, and might even think about marriage. Because at a certain age, you already know what's out here and you should already know what you want. And if you find somebody on that same page, why waste time, right? But in our search for companionship, we never think the ones we say we love will hurt us in the end. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it right outside of Minneapolis to Shorewood, Minnesota, to discuss the case of a woman whose boyfriend tried to end a relationship and her revenge was cold and evil. All the way back in the summer of 2013, 58-year-old Eddie Soul was living life and trying to make his next move his best move. The older gentleman was originally from the Windy City, Chicago, and that's where most of his family was at. But Eddie was on his own journey, looking for love, and he found that in Minnesota with a younger woman. At the time, 29-year-old Jaton Willer. The young lady was a mother of 3 and worked hard to provide and take care of her kids. She had a nice home in the Minneapolis suburb of Shorewood, Minnesota. Even though close to a 20-year age gap between the two, they decided they would pursue a relationship. Eddie even relocated to Minnesota and moved in with Jaton and her kids. It seemed like a good situation. The older man could be an example and father figure, and Jaton could also have what she always wanted, and that was a completed family. But the new love quickly went out the window. Eddie noticed living with his girlfriend, she was a little aggressive, controlling, and liked to fight. He would often call home to family and friends in Chicago and tell them, I don't know if this is going to work. I might call it quits and come back home. Plus he felt the house was a little bit too crowded. The kids wasn't a problem, but Jaton also had a friend she would let come and stay from time to time, Talisha Hunt. In July 2013, Eddie decided he had enough of the fussing and fighting. He called a close friend and he told them, man, this girl is crazy. I'm coming back to Chicago. With his plan in motion, a few weeks later, on July 31st, he walked up to his younger girlfriend and told her he was done. It was over. A few days later, as Eddie's family didn't hear from him, they became concerned. They was anticipating his arrival back home. They kept calling his phone with no answer. His brother became worried and went to Jaton's house. As they knocked on the door, she told them she put their brother on the train back to Chicago and she haven't seen him since. They went back home, but soon filed the missing persons report, feeling like something just wasn't right. Police went to talk to Jaton, and she told them the same thing. An investigation started, and they knew something was off when Eddie's wallet was found in the alley in Minneapolis, and his ATM card was used in Harvey, Illinois, a suburb outside of Chicago. Police went back to Jaton's house, this time with a search warrant. Her kids wasn't home at the time. As police searched though, they found blood-stained carpet under the young lady's mattress. Also, blood splatter in another room. They also noticed a new deep freezer that seemed suspicious. They opened the freezer and were horrified at what they found, a body wrapped up in plastic. It didn't take long to identify the person as Eddie, and he was unfortunately already gone. Jaton was taken into custody, pending investigation. Police was now searching for her kids, who they felt the young lady was hiding. When they found the kids though, and spoke to them about what they saw that day, they stated they saw their mother and her friend Talisha holding Eddie down, and she told them to go to their room. Police went to talk to Talisha. Scared she would be charged with the murder, she admitted she was at Jaton's house the day Eddie was trying to leave. She claimed the young lady was mad, grabbed a closet rod, and started hitting Eddie until he fell to the ground and was unconscious. She then asked Talisha to help her move the body. She claimed they cut out some of the carpet, then went to the store to buy a freezer. When they went back to the house, they put Eddie in it. Police confirmed her story from store surveillance, from a nearby Sears that showed the woman making the purchase. Also in Talisha's home was Eddie's social security card and his Illinois link card. She was taken into custody, charged with aiding and abetting. But with the full story now out, Jaton was charged with first-degree hit. She tried to paint the situation as self-defense, claiming her and Eddie was fighting and she just got the best of him. But between the kids and her friend Talisha, police knew that wasn't the case. As the case got closer to trial, Jaton was trying to get her attorney to negotiate with the prosecutors and judge. She found out her kids would be scheduled to testify on what they saw that day. She asked if she could get a manslaughter deal, stating it wasn't her intentions to end Eddie's life. The judge denied that, and the young lady told her lawyer they were going to go all the way and take it to trial. But as the evidence was presented, on top of her lawyer telling the young lady if she pissed her kids through taking a stand on their own mother, the damage that's already been done on what they witnessed that day would be worse. She agreed and asked, was the state offering any deals? The judge offered a deal of her to cop out to unintentional homicide and offered a sentence of 128 to 180 months in prison. Jaton took the deal and she was sentenced to 172 months. She is scheduled for release in 2027. It's unclear how much time, if any, her friend Talisha received for her role. But rest in peace to Eddie. I send my prayers and condolences to his family. To lose your life for not wanting to be in a relationship is crazy. And the way his body was disposed of, wrapped up and put in a freezer, that was cold. I don't know what Jaton's plans were, but Eddie's family felt she would have lived with the body to get away with the situation as long as she could. She only got a little under 15 years, which is crazy for the crime and what she did after the fact. But I want to leave this one open for discussion. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on the situation in the comments. And remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Yeah, man, super crazy story. Rest in peace, that man. I definitely send my prayers to his family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Y'all tap that like button if you feeling the content. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. This is another episode of Hood Tales. This your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.